Welcome, one and all, to round 13 of the CRL T1 series for Formula 1 2020's esports. We're in Budapest in Hungary around the 2.738 mile circuit, 14 turns, 2 DRS zones, 1 down the start finish straight, 1 on the approach to turn 2 and the uphill turn 4, one of the most demanding parts of the calendar. It is the standings which sees FIFA Beefy leading by just 26 points to Chatty Duck in second place as well. Further down, however, we have no points on the board yet for G-Pit Real and Racer PRW. We're approaching the start though for a full qualifying. And yes, you heard me right. A full qualifying is coming your way. 18 minutes for qualifying 1, 15 minutes qualifying 2, 12 minutes qualifying 3, and at the end we will lose the slowest 5 drivers from each session, maybe a bit less looking at the board. No, we do have full 20 riders, so it will be 5 from each session. So stand back, because this is going to be a fun qualifying hour ahead of us. A lot of strategy to play here as well going forward, so strap yourselves in. Wherever you are in the world, if you're watching this in the UK, it's just gone 11 o'clock because of the time going backwards. If you're watching this in America or Canada, it's good evening. It's 7 p.m. Eastern your time for the Tier 1 series for the CRL T1 of the Formula 1 Esports League here on BBB Racing 1. And the green light is about to go on. Qualifying will get underway, to the excitement of us all, because it's been a while. And away we go. Qualifying is green. The cars are ready. We're currently on with Bucks JO20, or Bucks. We're just going to refer to them as their first name. No need for the numbers after. The green light is on. 18 minutes of qualifying 1, and nobody in a hurry to head out onto the track straight away. Well, why would you? We've got what looks like overcast conditions at the moment, so this could be interesting going forward. Is that one of the Renaults heading out onto the track? I think it is, you know. It is indeed. It's Splits Games heading out onto the track on a soft compound tyre. And out on track for the first time. Racing Point coming on. So let's give you an onboard look at this wonderful circuit. Turn 1, very hard to approach after a downhill section. Moved up with the DRS zone. Into now turn 2, a long sweeping left-hander. Accelerate out. Quick kick at 3. Now dramatically uphill to turn 4, of course, where Felipe Massa had his accident back in 2009. Don't go too far off the track. Corner cutting is on strict. Hard now through turn 5, and then the chicane at 6 and 7. More of a really old classical approach. 8 and 9 swoops round into the more single file section of the track. Accelerate hard now towards 10 and 11. And this is my favourite part of the track at the exit, because you've got to get it just right as you hurtle downhill again. Hard on the brakes into turn 12. The long sweep of 13, similar a lot to turn 3. Accelerate mid-corner. Get the right on the exit curve. Don't go too far to the pit lane. Hard into the last corner. And now heavy mid-corner with the acceleration. Open up the DRS, and that completes a lap as he starts his lap time now, Splits Games. Downhill to turn 1. We'll stay with him because he's the first driver to get our times on the board. He's got some Red Bulls just in front of him as well. That's not going to be a great run. Ferrari's coming out as well. And a little gnarly as well, you can see on an out lap. It was just coming out of the pit lane. Bucks coming out as well at the top. A few drivers remaining in the session. Reminder, I can only see 19 cars on my list on your monitor. So we'll wait to see what happens, but the times are on the board. A reminder for you current viewers, we have this wonderful feature that enables us to have detailed what tyres are on, telemetry and track map as well to show you everything. And lap time cancelled already for Splits Game. He will not be getting a lap time. So let's flick back. Chatty Duck in the McLaren. Looking fantastic. Keeping within the lines, Sector 2 looking good, you can see it on your monitor. The Rolex sponsorship in prime focus as always as we drop downhill. Wonderful sector maps as well to show you around this track. And the first time on the board will come from Chatty Duck for the McLaren. The Racing Point actually just in front might set the first time, and it was the CRL J Dunk 13, a 1:15.030. Red Devil does a 1:15.654, and Chatty Duck goes into second, a 1:15.155. Is that M Galloway into fourth place, 1:16.112. Don't worry too much about the yellow flags, that's just drivers getting out of the way, although it does look like it's a McLaren at the top of the hill. I wonder if that's a problem. That's just after turn 4, it's turn 5 before the 6-7 chicane, so I wonder if there was an actual spin on the lap. There's yellow certainly out at this part of the track as we watch Chatty Duck on the lap time. We'll switch back now using the fantastic feature. I want to take a look at, if I can, Bucks Joe 90, who's just gone top across the board. So already looking good, but I can't seem to find. Here he is, Bucks Joe 90, just gone fastest on the board. Look at that, fastest first sector of anyone. Yellow's now in sectors 2 and 3, but a 1:14.638 as well. And Bucks Joe 90, Bucks Joe, fifth in the championship at the moment for Ferrari, the American driver, 107 points. He's just 1 point back from Iceman in the Renault on 108. So fantastic times at the moment. CR J Dunk 13 coming to the pit lane as well. He's done times on the board. If we can switch back up. I saw that we had some times on the board for, is that Crew Steamers? Cruise Steamers, well that's interesting. Usernames to get used to as well. The individuality of the drivers coming through as well. Fantastic league series so far. This is the 13th round of the series. And Cruise Steamers goes into 9th place. Drops down to 10th though, 1:15.701. That's because we had Equals H go second and a 1:14.846 as well. So hello to the Discord lobby. Everyone watching on. Thank you very much. I've just read one of the comments as well. Saying like a young Murray. Oh, thank you very much. That means a lot, and honestly does. So hello to everyone in the Discord chat as well. Go follow in the Discord as well. All the comments, chat with all the drivers and all the fans of this series. It's absolutely fantastic. So the CRL Discord lobby, come follow us as we go on this journey together in round 13. So let's actually move up because our Dunk 23 is on a hard lap now. As you can see, he's on the 1 lap old tyre. Whether or not this is an in-lap, I'm not too sure, because we've got other drivers in the pit lane. New tyres going on for Red Devil at the moment. Times on the board so far, but this is getting tense now because it is a full qualifying format. So they face the pressure of elimination. Someone just jumped up the order. CRL, is that, I think, BLK Stig, 32. He's 9th place at the moment, a 1:15.475. Yellow the 3rd sector, and that's because our Dunk backed out of it, so he has now decided that that lap was not for him. Several of the cars coming into the pit lane, which is more the style. So let's have a look at KD 1997. Unfortunately, we'll just have to call him KD because we can't see the numbers. We'll be here forever. And I'm about to get it wrong. Now, is this a lap time? 2 laps on the softs. He'll have to progress through to Q2. But it's unlikely that we have to have that situation. Now, we do face the fact, with it being a full qualifying, the top 10 in qualifying 2 start the race on the tyres they set their fastest time on. Normal rules apply. And this is an in-lap as well because KD is low on fuel as well. And the yellows are out in this sector as well. So everyone now starting to come into the pit lane. There's Bucks Joe, 20. 1:14.638. That's a very fast lap. That's almost at Formula 1 level. In fact, I want to get the Formula 1 times out from Hungary this year and have a look. They're just in the back of the commentary box to see what sort of times they're getting to, because we are getting to the point. I think it was mentioned in the last Formula 1 esports series race. I think it was at, where were we? China last time out. I think it was mentioned that Formula 1's esport and Formula 1's real life times are getting so close together as the game world and the real world merges spectacularly with the Codemasters game. Into the pit lane now comes the Haas KD into 20th place. More cars going out. Red Devil 55 venturing out as well. And here he is in the Racing Point. The number 13 to watch out on. Now, this is a brand new lap and a brand new set of tyres, and he's already in the second sector, so this strikes to me as an actual lap. So we'll keep an eye out. Very wide, wasn't he, through the end of the chicane? Trying to get this one perfect. Okay, so I've just got the times up, and would you like to know Lewis Hamilton's Q1 time from this year's Hungarian Grand Prix, a 1:14.9. Bucks Joe, a 1:14.638. So already the esports is quicker than Lewis Hamilton. There's your statement going forward. Admittedly, Q2 was a 1:14.2 and Q3 a 1:13.4. But Q1, it's not Q3, is it? So stay tuned. We might have more action for you coming forward. And that time from Red Devil 55, not an improvement. But now, let's see if he does anything on this lap. Out lap for equals H as well on the soft compound. I don't think anybody's going to go for mediums in these conditions. The track temperature looks very cold as well, and it does play a factor. We've got cloud conditions as well. Did you see the dust kicked up and the rocks? Look at the top of your screens. They're kicking through all the time. That's going to be affecting the grip level as well for these guys. 5th gear, 6th gear, up into 7th. No, doesn't get 7th before having to break down to 2nd for the chicane at 6-7. Through the Mickey Mouse part of the track. Really on the limit now, but he's coming in this lap. I don't think he can risk going out again. Look, the fuel lights come on as well on the telemetry. No, he's going to pit this lap. 6% ERS, not doing anything, and he's backed out of as well. Yellow in the 3rd sector. Although there's nobody else in the 3rd sector, so he's not causing the yellow. But he's crawling in now to the pit lane. We want to see who we can jump to. Our Dunk 23 is in the pits. Out lap for Cruise Steamers. Yeah, it's just an out lap at the moment. No times on the board yet, although... Jeep for Life, 17th. I'm trying to look. He's just rounding the 3rd sector. I want to switch back as we look again at the pit lane. 1:16.501 improves on time, but not on position. 1:16.5. So he's 1,000. Was he 1,000th different? My goodness. That was a remarkably close lap. But low on fuel, and looks like it's damage to the car, look, because he's already selected the pit lane opportunity. And Bucks Joe has retired from the session. So that was that voluntarily? What happened there? Can't spectate. Yellow's out. One of the Mercedes. I think that might be Crew Streamers. We'll take a look. Here we go. Nope. No, he's returned to the pit lane. CR has joined as well. JJ Dog has joined as well. Welcome to the party. So we're just waiting. 6 minutes 25 to go in the session. We now join Bring F1 in the Mercedes. Cars ghosting left and right. That looked like one of the Haas cars to me. Yellow's brought out in the 2nd sector for that Haas. Can't see who it is on the monitor. Well, one of the Haas cars in the pit lane. So I'm looking frantically at the board for the other. It must be KD in the other Haas. It was, yes. 6 minutes to go. So Bucks Joe thinks that he's done enough. 1:14.638, retired from this part of the session. We'll be back for the next, and this is going to be Bring F1 backing out of a lap as well. So everyone just seeming to do the 1 lap time. Nobody wants to try again and get more. 5 minutes to go. This is where the 18-minute format that we run in the European League on Mondays has its advantages because we get more crammed in. With the full qualifying hours we see in Formula 1, drivers can take their time a little more, but it provides us with odd strategy runs to focus on. More cars coming down pit lane. CR Dunk 13, 4th at the moment on an outlap, so we're going to follow him round now. As look out for CRL Bow Tie or Die in 17th at the moment. Bow ties are cool as well. And on a lap as well, Blazed 72. So Blazed we'll call in 18th at the moment. Down to turn 1 then for CRL J Dunk. I think we'll just call him J Dunk. It's got quite a few CRLs, so we'll just call J Dunk. DRS open, snapshot, round turn 3. A lot of hiss coming off the back of the car as well. There's no rain, obviously, because we'll be in intermediates. That's just the engine. And high revs. You can see the ERS deployment going up and down as he brakes and accelerates, get the pressure more. A few drivers not wanting to go out again, as we see in real life. Oh, and his lap time's been cancelled. J Dunk's lap time cancelled, went wide at 8 and 9, and that's what I said, it's a Mickey Mouse section, single file. You go wide just a little bit, your lap time's cancelled, and you really are up the creek without a paddle. I thought we were seeing a lap time from Iceman, but he's in the pit lane, so we'll chuck back to Chatty Duck at the moment on an out lap. No one's on an actual time though, so yeah, J Dunk's got taken out of him. Blaze 72, I think, is following, so we'll just flick back and see if we can find him. In the McLaren, here we are, Sector 1. He's up. And J Dunk has retired from the session, and I think this is also going to be Blazed off the track. What's he doing? Very slow, isn't he? He's backing out. I think going through, yeah, splits games, and also going through there was a little gnarly. So backed out of the lap when he should have actually gone for it. He was up in Sector 1. So again, more times lost overall on the board. Two minutes 54 to go. Usually 2 minutes kicks everything off again. Just trying to have a look, bring back F1 to the pit lane. Little gnarly, he was in front, wasn't he? He's lost his lap time. Not lost his lap time though, and on a good first sector is Chatty Duck in the McLaren. In the drop zone at the moment, we have, is that Warrior Rans, M. Galloway, Bow Tie or Die, and Jeep for Life. They'll be eliminated from the first part of the session. So only 4 eliminations at the moment because we don't seem to have our 20th driver, and I'm trying to have a look as well on the board who it is. I think it might actually be the other Renault, but we've got both the Renaults in. So if somebody in the Discord chat can let me know which driver's missing out of the 20, because I've got to keep my eye on the monitor. As Chatty Duck's had his lap time cancelled, we'll switch back to a little gnarly. Here they are in the Alfa Romeo. Loads of drivers now starting to retire from the session. 1 minute 35 to go. Chatty Duck out of it now as well. Will all progress still to Q2, but they've had enough from their run, so they're not going to go out again. So we're really going to have to focus further down on the elimination zones, which start in 15th place. So we'll switch to them now in a few seconds' time, as you see. We'll switch over and take a look. A little gnarly though. Let's see what he can do in the Alpha. 9th place at the moment. Quite a lot of their drivers ahead of them not going up. Across the control line. It's a 1:15.2, so he's a 10th off the time as well. Let's take a look at the Red Bull then. Red Bull lead the Constructors' Championship, 277 points to Alpha Touray on 179. They are 98 clear. And look at this. Warrior Rans having a great first sector and a personal best second sector as well. But he's got a lot of yellows in front of him and a lot of cars having a factor, but he's now got clear track in front of him. The next one's the Racing Point further back. 32 seconds after qualifying. Don't think he will. Yes, he will just get another lap. But it's hard to believe that from this part of the track all the way down, it's around about 18 seconds until you cross that line again. It's hard to believe because it seems so far away. It's about a 2.5, it's about, well, honestly, it's about a 8-minute walk from turn 12 all the way to turn 14, so it's long, believe me. To the line, checker flag out in 3 seconds, And he does it. Up to 12th place goes Warrior Rans. That drops down. Crucimas. Graham is out of the session. Arden 23 not improving. Pit lane. Crew Steamers to get out of the drop zone. He's up in the third sector. Is he going to improve overall? Galloway's out of it. Bowtie or die. And he does it. 15th for place for Crew Streamers. So Red Devil 55, M Galloway and Bowtie or die and Jeep for Life eliminated in the first part of qualifying. And it's FIFA Beefy, the championship leader, who is missing from the running order in qualifying 1. Well, doesn't that change things up? Only 26 points the difference in the championship, and he's missing from qualifying. Well, thank you very much to the Discord chat as well, and on picking that one up and relaying it up to me in the comments box. Thank you. It's FIFA Beefy, the Red Bull driver, missing. Well, isn't that going to be a shocker in the race? It gives the advantage to Chatty Duck, who's 8th at the moment in this first part of qualifying, to get a race victory, and if he gets the fast lap as well, move within a point and level. Oh, this is just too good. Let's keep going. Gotta wait another minute and 40 as well. I think I can just hear some radio messaging as well. And the session has now concluded. 15th and getting through as well. You can hear the radio as well as I can. So, end of the first session. Bucks Joe 90 going through as well, but eliminated. Here we are. Red Devils out of the session. M Galloway, Bowtie or Die, and Jeep for Life all eliminated from the running. Everyone with the red line alongside will not progress through to the second part of qualifying. 10 seconds, and then we'll go again for Q2. So here we go again then, qualifying 2. About to get underway. 15 more minutes of action. So we'll just wait for the green light to come on. And away we go for qualifying 2. 15 minutes, 15 cars. The usual procedure. At the end of this, we will lose the slowest 5 drivers. And so far, it was Bucks Joe, followed by J Dunk, KD, Little Gnarly, Equals H, Splits Games, Chatty Dunk, R Dunk, Warriors, Rans, BLK Stig 32, Bring F1, Crew Steamers, Iceman 22, Blazed 72, and Graham 23, all going through at the moment. And we're going to stay with the Ferrari at the moment if we head onto the track, but I think we've got cars leaving the pit lane. We have Splits Games going on a run as well. Oh, the camera will automatically jump into Junk. J Dunk 13 as he leaves the track on an out lap. Now we're going to stick with the Ferrari for his first run because Bucks Joe set the time to beat in the first session. Can he set the time to beat in Q2? That's the question. Hopefully as well, in the future, going forward in our esports broadcasts for the CRL T1 series, I'll be thankful to maybe be joined by some commentators of the esports series. It'll be a fantastic honour for me to hear some of their opinions on the racing and for you back at home as well. But for today, I'm terribly sorry, you're stuck with me. But don't worry, take my hand and we'll go through this series together and have a lot of fun along the way. Outlap now for Bucks Joe 20. He's gone for the medium tyres. That's an interesting call. I'm surprised half the field hasn't gone for softs. So we'll open up now the telemetry and the lap data for you. And there you can see. So Bucks Joe has gone for the medium tyres. J Dunk has gone softs. Mediums on the board for KD, a little gnarly. Equals H, Splits Games, Chatty Duck, R Dunk. Soft tyres for Warrior Rans. Mediums for BLK Stig. Bring F1 softs. Mediums, Crew Steamers, Iceman. Softs for Blazed 72, and Graham has got mediums. That's a split strategy across the board, isn't it? Only a few risking to go for softs, everyone sticking with mediums for the race. So, we're sticking with Bucks Joe to see his qualifying lap. He set the fastest of all in Q1. What could he do in Q2? He beat Lewis Hamilton's qualifying 1 time in the 2020 Hungarian Grand Prix. Can he beat their Q2 time? For reference, Hamilton's time from Q2 in this year's Grand Prix was a 1:14.261. Can Bucks Joe do any better? Let's ride on board. As Splits Game says a 1:16.280. Up the hill to turn 4. Holding 7th gear, 185 miles an hour. Down to 4th gear, hug the inside line, let the car drift a little bit wide. She's coming into the chicane, hard on the brakes, 2nd gear. Not riding the apex, quick up the gears, wasn't he? And quick downshift. A little gnarly, just getting out of the way. Nice through turn 10 and 11, down now 12. Oh, 2nd gear, had to pull and correct himself there. He pulled 2nd when he was aiming for 3rd, and he's done it again. A lot of upshift and downshift going. 1:15.684, the time to beat. That's from Equals H. Remember, they are on medium compound tyres. Bucks Joe to the line. DRS open straight away. He's got no deployment left, but it's still top. 1:15.480. That is a mega time indeed. He's gone 2/10 quicker, or to be technical with it, he's gone 1.06. No, 1.96 difference. That's still a mega time. 1:15.4. The rest of them doing 1:15.6, 1:15.8, 1:16.2, 1:16.3. Fantastic times for the first run. Now, Equals H had his lap time deleted on this run and has decided to come into the pits. And let's switch back through the order and have a look at the outlaps for Bring F1, who has decided to come out on the mediums at the moment. What their time's going to be. Pit stop still for everybody else. 3 cars on the track. Bring F1, Blaze 72 and Graham will flick between their times left and right. In fact, we're going to have to switch to... I hate to do this, but we'll switch between Blaze 72 because they're the first car on the track with the McLaren. Here they are. I think they're coming into the pit lane. The amount of slow outlaps they've had. Come on, get on with it. And he starts his lap time now, but we're being told Graham's setting a personal best. He's already through turn 1 and 2, so it's Graham, Blazed, and then Bring F1 in that order. So we'll flick back through them one by one to see their times on the board. A little gnarly's come out on that lap. He's on brand new mediums. So uphill now towards turn 4. That's very nice, turn 4. But he went too wide at the exit. Lap time has been deleted for Graham 23 in the Ferrari. Not good already on the board to have a lap time deleted. We'll cut now. Blazed 72. He's on a good lap, not been deleted so far. Let's see what the Sector 2 time brings. You can see on my monitor as well as yours. He's coming up to the sector point. The little line that he's approaching will be the definition of the 3rd sector. 53.3. That's an okay time. It's fastest. It's fastest. It's gone purple. Is Blaze 72 going to overtake Bucks Joe at the top? It's looking good. 3rd sector at the last corner. A 1:15.480. The time to beat. Across the line, and he does go top with a 1:15.233. He was on the soft tyres. That was an amazing time. And apologies for that graphical error. We're trying to find the next car on the list. Here we are. But it registers as an outlap. So BLK Stig came in They decided to change over, but Blaze 72 at the top. A 1:15.233. Fantastic. So soft so BLK Stick 32. The Stick came in for soft tyres. So he aborted his run on the mediums, came in. Little Gnarly's gone out on mediums as well, but the top time, Blazed will have to start the race on the softs and go longer. It's all about the factors. They've got to remember this. It's all about the time differences. So down to turn 3. Very nice and calm and collected, isn't it? From BOK Stick 32, uphill to turn 4. Time on the board. I think that's J Dunk coming out onto the lap time as well. He aborted his first run. 6 minutes 37 to go in the second part of qualifying. Well, he's held it together well. 53, remember, was the fastest time. Is this purple? Yes, hello. BAKL Stick 32, purple sector 2. That's exactly what happened with Blazed 72. 1:15.233 the time to beat then. Last corner for BLK Stick. DRS open, is it top? It should be. It is top. A 1:14.7. My goodness me. Is that 5/10 quicker? Woo-hoo-hoo! That is insanity. Mercedes topping the session at the moment. Well, this is changing the attitudes just a little bit now, isn't it? This is J Dunk. Now, was running out earlier on. Had his lap time cancelled at the top of the hill at turn 4. Has he made the same mistake again? No, this time keeps within track limits. What's the first sector time then? Wish I could tell you. We're in the second sector now, so I wish I could tell you what the first sector time was. We'll have to wait until turn 10 and 11 to find out, which is coming up soon through the Mickey Mouse section. Nice and tight through this part. The Alpha Teray, second in the championship. J Dunk is running third on 134 points. He's a little far off FIFA Beefy. But not here today, FIFA Beefy. So could have the advantage of getting ahead of Chatty Duck, who's running in 5th at the moment. Into the last corner then. Is his time on the mediums on the board? Might go 3rd overall. That'll be top. 4th. Okay, 1:15.561. Gets him right in contention behind Bucks. And he starts the race on the mediums, if that was his fast lap. So not bad at the moment. Trying to have a look at who else is on the lap. I'm going to have a look at Splits Games, who is nowhere near the last corner. We're looking for an Alpha, who is on an out lap. I can't see. Let's have a look at a little Gnarly. Who is the car I've picked up, coming into the pit lane as well. So they've all done their laps. So let's take a look over now to the Renaults and start with, I think, yeah, we're joining Splits Games. He's a bit farther up the track than his teammate. What tyres has he got on? Soft tyres. And you can tell how carefully he's treating them as well, as every esports driver does. You take the opening lap as slowly and as delicately as possible while also trying to keep your tyre temperatures up, and then bang, off you go. His teammate, Iceman22, has just started his lap time. Let's switch to him into turn 1. The 69 car opens up the DRS. Good exit out of turn 1. Get nice and tight to the outside before you swing it round. Downhill section of turn 3. Look at the brake dust smoking as well. They're looking to the right at 3. Uphill now towards turn 4. Don't be worried. Throw the power in. Oh, look at that. Purple. Renault go purple. Well, Iceman, 22_08. 4th in the championship. 108 points. This is going to be quick. Second sector coming up as well. We have his teammate ready. Second sector. Iceman is fastest. BLK Stig has gone away. He thinks he's done enough to get through to the second part of the session. Look, does he know? We've got 5 cars still on lap times trying to set faster. And one of them is Iceman to the line. Surely pole. And it is 1:14.534. That is an excellent time. What about his teammate? Into the last corner. Run out of usable energy. Does he go at least second? Yes, he does. I take a bow. A 1:14.671. And that's changed the complexion of the top. Renault now fastest. Who's that put in the elimination zone, though? Well, it's put a little gnarly. Warrior Rans, Bring F1, Graham, and Ardunk into the drop zone. We'll switch now back to them. Ardunk's on a lap time. And I think he's just coming across the line. Yes, he is just out of lap time. This will be his last run. Graham goes fourth. 1:15.127. That was a fantastic time. And he's got him out of the drop zone. It's put Crew Steamers into the drop zone now. He's able to go out again. A little gnarly is out on a lap time. But he's got it awfully close, hasn't he? Where is he? Just at, I think, turn 2. I really want to have a look at that because if he didn't get out in time, 1:14 is a quick lap. He's been doing 1:15s. Did he get out in time to meet the checkered flag? Keep an eye on that. Ardunk 23 though on a time. Everybody else so far on out laps. We will switch back as we go. As soon as we work out who's at the head of the queue. McLaren in front. That's Chatty Dunk, I think. Yes, it is. 10th at the moment, second in the second in the title. He can't afford to be eliminated. And Warrior Rams is retired, so he starts 14th on the grid. And Ardunk 23 is retired as well, so he starts 15th on the grid. A little gnarly, having a lap time, so trying to find out where we're going on lap times. Chatty Duck 90 is at the head of this queue. So Chatty Duck 90 at the head of the queue will follow as we go round. 10 seconds left in this part of qualifying. I don't think, who's going to make it across the line? And look at that, Equals H has failed to make it across the line on his outlap. Too far back. Somehow a little gnarly made it. Bucks Joe down into 7th place after topping the first session and most of this session, but he might just squeeze through on the softs. Oh, he's changed his off now. He was off the mediums then. And I think we might have our running order at the moment. Chatty Duck, though, 10th. Can he keep the advantage? He needs to improve massively, personally. Has cars through the second sector as well, so this is the first one on the board. Chatty Duck 90 into the last 2 corners. Is it any faster? 10th at the moment, takes the checkered flag. Improves to 5th. 1:14.825. Fantastic time. Graphics failure. And Crew Steamers goes through to 6th. Improves. And KD goes through before Bring F1 across the line, and Equals H is out of it. I don't think we're seeing a lap time from Ardunk. No, backs out of it. So there's your running order. Times completed. Eliminated. KD, J-Dunk, Equals H, Warrior Rans, and Ardunk. Going through. Iceman, Splits Games, Bucks Joe, BLK Stig, Chatty Duck, Crew Steamers, a little gnarly, Graham, 23, Blazed, 72, Bring F1. They get to go through the next part of the session. Everybody else eliminated at the moment. Bucks Joe 20 managing to go through into 3rd place as well. So not everything was bad. We still have to wait another minute though, unfortunately. Unless all the drivers out to retire from this part and go forward. And they have. Isn't that nice of them? They've all taken the checkered flag now. We're aboard with Bucks Joe 20.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to play this
Couldn't
game.
risk it.
I'm not going to play this game at all, so... But...
I thought I was going to get knocked down into the bottom 5 if I would have stayed on my time.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. And I blew my chances with the soft, so...
You're hearing the radio as well as I am.
Mediums.
And thank you for the confirmation that BLK Stig is Black Stig. So there's your eliminations. KD 1997, CRL J Dunk 13 equals H, Warrior Ans, and R Dunk 23 out of qualifying.
Broadcast what?
And the green light is on, and qualifying 3 is underway here at the Hungaroring in Budapest. Bucks Joe 20, a little gnarly. Splits games, Chatty Duck, Black Stig, Bring F1, Crew Steamers, Iceman, Blazed, and Graham, all going through to this part of the session. My question to you is, who is going to take pole? Anything's to guess. They're all now going on to the softer tyres. And Bow Tie or Die just flicked up on the team radio there at the top corner. But we're understanding that you might not be able to hear the radio volume, which is very, very disappointing, as it would have been fascinating if you could hear it, as well as I could in my ears, but work on that in the future. The in-game chat, of course, which is live reactions to the drivers, being provided. So Bucks Joe and a little gnarly have remained in the pit lane. The Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo, neither of them going out the track. So out laps on the board. And the first one out there is Splits Games. Anyone else see that jump? Somebody's disconnected. Ah, that was Bring F1 heading back into the pit lane using the remote control. So the server's jumping a little. Another 10 minutes and 30 seconds then, until we get to the race. And here we are. And let's jump right on board actually for this lap. With Splits Games down to turn 1. We'll open up the telemetry, shall we? Give you a fighting chance of understanding what's going on. Full DRS, 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th. Down to 3rd. The Renault's top in the previous session. Admittedly, it was Iceman on top from Splits Games, but has the chance to take pole position here. Right on the rev limiter at turn 4 and 5, wasn't he? Hit 5th gear, but kept on the throttle. Looking very nice as well. Back now down, chicane. 6 and 7. Oh, catch the oversteer. That would have cost him a lot of time as well. I can tell you that right now. He's our first time on the board, so he's going to go fastest, obviously. But the question is, 53 was the time to beat, and he's 53.619 with a massive oversteer at the exit of turn 11. Turn 12 and 13 now coming up. And he's locked the front tyre. That's going to give a massive flat spot. Last corner, hug the inside line, power mid-corner, open up the DRS immediately. It's a scruffy lap. It's a 1:15.651. It will be beaten for sure. McLaren's coming back further back. Bucks Joe's on a lap time as well. We'll stick with him. The McLaren's come across the line now. And nobody improving times. Not according to my monitor. Graham, Ferrari, top, 1:15.470. So already 2/10 quicker than Splits Games. Told you the times change. Iceman top, 1:14.633. And that's back into it. A little gnarly, 1:14.779. Here comes Bucks Joe, fastest of all in the second sector. Told you, this is the guy to watch. This is the guy this weekend. This is to have everything. He's 5th in the championship, but right now he's been seeming dominant in qualifying. Into the last corner, DRS open. Is this provisional pole position? You bet it is. 1:14.042. Out qualifying the field by 0.6 of a second at the moment. That is an unbelievable lap time from Bucks Joe. The American in the Ferrari, with number 2 on the side of the car, blowing everybody away. Pit stops, I think, coming on the board now for everyone. A little gnarly coming in. Times of the board. Bring F1 goes to 4th, a 1:14.880. We'll change over quickly, actually. Hello. Go for another lap time here. Is Little Gnarly. As Blackstick goes second. 1:14.617. Massively backs out of it. This is Little Gnarly just going for a run. We'll switch further back as well and watch Crew Steamers on an outlap at the moment. So is he going to set the time? Yes, he is. This should be a good lap. Everyone else time to come into the pit lane now. Down towards turn 1. Medium tyres, not the best call personally, but he's our only time on the board so far. Without a time, well, Chatty Duck hasn't actually left the pit lane yet. Up towards turn 4. It's right on board. Oh, 8th gear. This feels to me very much like a banker lap time. He's in here just to get the mediums on. He'll put these Q3 soft tyres on. Maybe he's run out of usable tyres and just having to throw the mediums on just to get a lap time, and he'll go for soft later on. But this is looking very, very scruffy through the Mickey Mouse section. And Little Gnarly is now into the pit lane as well, so our only driver on the track is Crew Steamers. Not taking the little sector times line. I'd box and abandon the lap, otherwise you wouldn't manage to get in. Yes, yeah, box, abandon it, because the mediums just weren't working, and save the tyres for the race. Someone's listening to my advice. So the entire field in the pit lane. But I think I see the Ferrari heading out. Oh, we've seen someone heading out. It's Graham. And Chatty Duck for the first time. Jeep for life. Flicking up at the top corner. I could hear him, but I don't think you are back at home. Which is disappointing. We've increased the volume just a little bit in case there's a team radio and you can hear just a little bit more. So this is an outlap. And Bucks Joe has retired from the session, so has a Little Gnarly. So they don't think they can do any better. So it's provisional pole position for Bucks Joe. A 1:14.042. I think he's got pole, personally. Can't see how anyone can get within 6/10 of that time. Just for reference, Hamilton's time from qualifying 3 was a 1:13.4, but his Q2 time was a 1:14.261. Bucks Joe is quicker than Hamilton's second qualifying time in Hungary this year. We ride on board with Graham. Down now into turn 1. Chatty Duck has changed the soft, but I don't think if he's on his lap so far. I think he is. He's just ahead, isn't he? Several drivers coming back out onto the track. Graham is in the Ferrari, is only off by a couple of hundredths of a second. I think it was 0.086, so he stands a great chance of nabbing provisional pole position away from his teammates. 2:50 to go. This might be the last run, so we might not need the full 2 minutes 50 on this one. We might have this qualifying session done and dusted before. But, oh, look at that fastest second sector. He might do it, you know, Graham, 23. In the Ferrari. To go provisional top and really give his teammates something to think about going into the race tomorrow. Is this time quick enough across the board? Cross the line? No! But he said he was up 4/10, but he stayed 7th, but he wasn't showing red. What happened there? Splits games on the time now, and he is up. 2/10 at the moment. Chatty Duck back into the pit lane. That's him over, so he's not even bothering at the moment, is he? 150 to go. He has to leave the pit lane with at least 130 to go. So keep an eye on what he's going to do. Fastest second sector of all for Splits games in the Renault. This could be quite close. This could be a new pole sitter ahead of Bucks Joe. DRS to the line. Oh, it's second. 1:14.335. Nobody finding the time at the moment in the sector. I think you've seen the rest of the time. Outlap on the board. McLaren, I think, is coming in this lap as well. We'll keep an eye on the board, though. 8/10 off yet. Black Stig's retired from the session. We're going to have to keep an eye on. Into the pit lane comes Graham. So that's him done then. Stays down in 8th place. The only guy without a time is Chatty Duck. 90. And this is his outlap. 40 seconds to go. Bring F1 on an outlap and no brand new tyres. So it's literally those two left. Everyone else coming into the pit lane. Cruise Steamers. Looks like he might have a lap time as well. And lap time deleted on the outlap. And that must mean the next lap as well for Chatty Duck. He's eliminated this lap. Does that mean he's now got the fast lap eliminated out of it? That's interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. And he's locked up as well, so even worse. 10 seconds left. He must start a fast lap, otherwise he'll not make the flag. He's not going to make the flag. He hasn't made the flag. 3, 2, 1. Nobody's made the flag. That's the end of qualifying. Session's over. It's Bucks Joe on pole position. Chatty Duck failing several times to meet the checkered flag. Wow. I'm surprised with that one. Very surprised. So, it's Bucks Joe 20, pole position. We might still have something on the board from Bring F1, but he's backed out of it as well. And everyone else has completed their business. So Bucks Joe, pole position. Splits games alongside him. What a top 10 we have. And what a race we're about to have as well. 50% race distance coming your way. And back into the pit lane. And for some reason we still have to wait this ridiculous 1 minute 47 seconds. Everyone's done their times and we have to wait. Here we go. Well done. So your top 10, Bucks Joe, Splits Games, Iceman, Black Stig, A Little Gnarly, Bring F1, Cruise Steamers, as well, Blazed, Graham, and Chatty Duck starts further back. Let's have a look at the race directors in that session. The incidents. Yeah, as I thought. Splits Games, track limit, speeding the pit lane, warning, no penalties though on the grids. That's what we like to see. Bucks Joe, 1 tyre. He's good to the end of the race. What a time. Get yourself strapped in then. The race is coming up here for the CRL T1 Series, the 13th round of the championship. The drivers are ready, as are we. 28 seconds until the light procedure. We'll hold off and we'll see what is going to happen. This is going to be amazing down to turn 1. Hold your breath. Anything can happen. In the Discord chat, go join, follow us, and let us know who are you predicting for race win. 3 seconds. And the parade lap begins. And this is your predicted pit stop strategy. 2-stopper. For those starting on the softs, which I think is everybody. You'll go to mediums. Lap 6 to 29. We will have the advantage. We'll open up now and give you the full interval between each driver. Full detail as well. Telemetry. All enabled for you. We'll enable that in the next lap. And Red Devil 55 has been disqualified from the session on the parade lap. Now, what happened there? Hopefully he'll reform on the grid. But it's very bizarre to see that happen. So he will be in the race. We've just been confirming. Red Devil 55 will be in the race. He's jumped back to the grid, as you can see on your timing monitor. But we've opened up the graphics. We'll enable the telemetry after lap 1. So you have the best view of the whole screen at the start. I've just touched another car, I'm being informed. I like these formation laps. Gives us time to get everything set, view the track, ice conditions, everyone new tyres. Come on, let's go. 35 laps of racing. There's Red Devil, punished with no parade lap. The game now auto-assembling the drivers. Row 1, Bucks Joe versus Splits Games, Ferrari versus Renault. Ferrari will be on the right-hand side of your pitch, on the left-hand side, and the inside of turn 1 will be the Renault of Splits Games. Here we go then, folks. Attention's riding. Lights will come on. Are we underway? What's going on with the lights? And it's lights out and race on here in Hungary. It's a good start for Bucks Joe. Further back, however, we've got contact already to the wall. Red Devil's gone immediately back. It caught at one of the Alphas. Into turn 1 we go. Hard on the brakes. The Williams comes flying through. McLaren is already touching round, and down the order goes Bring F1 as well. And that was just inevitable. We've got contact left and right. Mercedes in the middle. Bring F1 down the order. According to my monitor, we've got Bow Tie or Die in the lead of the race at the moment. But it is definitely Bucks Joe in the lead. Red Devil has been black flagged and disqualified for parking his car in a dangerous position on the track. The graphics have now reset themselves. Bucks Joe leads the way from Splits Games. Blaze 72, Iceman 22, Chatty Duck in 5th place. We're down to 18 runners already. The championship leader of FIFA Beefy not taking part in this session in the 13th round of the championship, because it give a massive disadvantage to the rest of the field. Already, Bucks Joe has 1.2 seconds to the rest of the field. We've opened up the telemetry for Splits Games. Who was that further back? I'm just coming across, sorry about that, but look at Blaze 72. Under pressure from Iceman. Bucks Joe 1.22.291 as we complete the first lap. Down now towards turn 1. Look at the Renault. Under pressure. This is getting interesting already on the opening lap. The light procedure took a while to start. I think it caught some of the drivers by surprise. There's your predicted pit stops, remember, lap 69. Mediums, unless you want to go hard, which is a lot later. And Chatty Ducks dropping down the order now has returned into 5th place. There's a battle going on for 4th and 5th, I believe. But this midfield incredibly close together. It's right on board with Chatty Duck, 19. Running 2nd in the championship. Just 26 points behind. A win and fastest lap would put him level in the championship with FIFA Beefy. His predicted pit stop strategy is a little different look. It's changing all the time. And he's staying in 5th place at the moment and not closing up to Iceman 22 at all. Now, where is he going to manoeuvre down the start-finish straight? He's got in the tow all right. DRS has been enabled as we start the 3rd lap already. Down to turn 1. The McLaren looking racy, trying to get past Iceman already into turn 2. Nothing working this time. Bucks Joe, 2 seconds advantage. There he is, look, leading the way from Splits Games, place 72. Looking to the inside, Chatty Duck. Iceman's holding the way. That's the point. Oh, 5-second time penalty. Speeding the pit lane for Jeep for Life. And telemetry position change as well. Is why we're seeing so many errors on the board as Jeep for Life comes into the pit lane after that penalty. Red Devil 55 has already been disqualified from this race. We have a yellow in the 2nd sector. What's all this about then? This is where we are. One of the Mercedes is off. I think that is Bring F1 being lapped. No, it's Crew Steamers. Look into the inside, that's never an opposition as well. And going around the outside, that was a fantastic move. Chatty Duck lined that one up with Iceman absolutely perfectly. So let's have a look then at the positions changed, if we can somehow. There we go. From the start of the race. So up 5 places already was Blaze 72. Chatty Duck up 6 places. He might make it 7. He's racing his own teammate at the moment. Biggest loser, well, that was Black Stink, who got spun round, and Bring F1, the other Mercedes, got caught up at the 2nd corner. They're down 10 and 9 places. Down 10 as well, Crew Steamers. But the biggest winners, oh, Bowtie, and who's that down the order? A little gnarly, off the track, dropping positions as well. Chatty Duck's up into 3rd place. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, Iceman. So we saw that, he went off the track and gained the advantage. So already, he's having 3-second penalty. And look at the battle behind as well. Blaze 72, KD 1997, and Equals H closing up in that battle. This is a brilliant view of the battle going on further back. No one's going for a position at the moment, are they? Warrior rounds, 3-second time penalty. Oh. Blaze 72 under pressure from KD into turn 1. Looking to the inside, nice move. Late on the brakes, the McLaren nearly taking off his front wing. So equals H equals up to 6th. And N Galloway 4 up to 10th place ahead of Bowtie or Die. Already a much better position. Yellow out the 2nd sector. One of the Ferraris, where we're coming from, off into the wall. Blaze 72, ghosting enabled. There won't be a big accident, but that's wrecked his afternoon, hasn't it? He's got too much oversteer at the exit of turn 6, and bang, into the wall. Blaze, and a 3-second time penalty to boot as well. I feel sorry for that one. That was not his fault. Battle for the midfield now. Dunk 23 up to 10th place. And J-Dunk has moved up as well, but he's got a 3-second time penalty. He's taken positions over changed as well. Is he right on the back? No. Equals up, passing Iceman 22 as well. DRS open down towards turn 1, pulls to the inside line. An easy breeze move. Bowtie going to switch back to the inside. No, yes. Switches back, gets the DRS. But no look at this part of the track. What a wonderful overtake there from Ardunk. He's up the order as well. Pit lane time for Blaze 72 and Graham 23. Well, Blaze and Graham come in. Bucks Joe leads the way by 4.2 seconds to Splits Games. Blackstick, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. These will all be served in the pit lane. So you don't have to worry about having to write them down as well. Bowtie, 3 seconds again, multiple warnings. Any other, they might actually get a black flag. We saw, who's that spinning off? Is that a little gnarly? I think that was a little gnarly dropping further back. We're trying to quickly get up to the camera angle, but they won't let us. It was a little gnarly. Dropped off the track into the wall. Is there any damage? Not as far as I can see. Equal sets the fast lap of 1:18.861. Car going through. That's Iceman. Oh, listen to the car. Yeah, something's damaged. He's coming to the pit lane. I'd love to see what it is, so we're going to stay with it as well. And what has happened to the front? Because dropping down the order, it's Bucks Joe who's coming to the pit lane as well. Medium tyres going on now for Blackstick. Bucks Joe's coming to the pit lane. First three's changing up positions as well. A little gnarly going through. I'm going to switch to the top three, who has the positions changing at the moment, because look at this. Into the pit lane has come Bucks Joe and Splits Games and Chatty, first and second. And the battle behind even more so. Here comes the Williams up the inside of Equals, getting through on KD90. Side-by-side action, Equals holding all the way through. Lock up, touch to the back. Oh, this is amazing racing, but oh, it's just too close to call. Equals trying to go on the outside into the pit lane now. Comes Chatty Duck, so we'll switch back. Splits Games leads the race. Got 9/10 of a second to Equals and KD. But that was touch and go, wasn't it? I wonder if it gave a puncher to Chatty Duck. I wonder. Because he came in awfully quickly and the car was understeering a lot through the last corner. Top three, very close already. And now I've got an opportunity here that we might see a Williams leading the esports here. Hard tyres put on for Chatty. Oh, this is under pressure. KD's right on the back of Equals. And they're so close together now. Look at this, Splits Games, Equals and KD separated by about 6/10 of a second. One mistake, bang, into the wall. End of. Good night. Going for the lead of the race. Never, never go for a move at turn 12. It will always end in tears. Your best bet is the run into turn 1. Bowtie has retired from the session. He was in 10th place, and it's caused the virtual safety car. And diving into the pit lane, the race leader. Splits Games. Well, that was a good call, actually, because he's going to get effectively a free pit stop. So Bowtie out of the race. Chatty, time penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Well, this will be a... Look, watch the dash. You see the flashing yellow lights. All the drivers will have that to tell them that it's a virtual safety car. No overtaking allowed. So we're down to 17 runners as Bowtie's car is recovered off the track. Equals and KD have to remain in a delta time. So this is now going to become a two-horse race until we have to pit again. We're open up now for the pit stop battles as well. DRSD enabled. We go green again at Budapest. And look at the advantage Equals had to KD. The gap was fantastic. Chatty's into the pit lane. And that will come with a drive-through, I believe, as well. on board. Is Equals going to come into the pit lane? Is KD going to come into the pit lane? These two running first and second have got 10 seconds to aim Galloway. No. One stays out, they all stay out. Is he going to have the advantage? DRS will be open down towards turn 1. A little gnarly, a time penalty. Meantime, KD's going for the lead of the race, pulls to the inside of Equals H and breezes back through. Equals going to cut back immediately to the inside though. Tries to get down towards turn 2. There's a yellow already out. A long yellow as well. But KD, 1997, takes the lead here in Budapest. Superb skill all the way through turn 1. So now the question is, when are they going to pit? Fastest lap, black stick. 1:18.267 in the Mercedes AMG Petronas. Little slide there. Battle, we're going to stay with this battle until we get to the pit lane. Because there's a battle brewing for 4th and 5th at the moment. So, who's going to come into the pit lane this time? All thinking about it. Equals H, does he come in? No, they're going to stay out for one more lap. Blazed gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. That'll probably be for cutting across the track and gaining the advantage. Jeep for Life looking quite quick out there as well. And there's a move further down the order. We're trying to get to it, but unfortunately the computer's saying no, no, no. We're trying to say yes, 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 because the battle for 4th place is brewing. Here it is, look. Caught to that one in time. R-Dunk 23 going through. J-Dunk and Bucks Joe all in a battle, raging up mid-corner. Oh, who do you call? This time the 2 Alfa Therese and the Ferrari. Well, Bucks Joe started this race on pole position, looking quite quick now, isn't he? Come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go. We've cut back to a Haas for some reason, even though we're not on Haas. There we go. Bucks Joe right behind in 6th place. And going for the move. J-Dunk gets through R-Dunk. 2 teammates. Bucks Joe trying to go through as well. Holding his position. Bucks locks up just a little bit. Splits Games joining the battle now as well further. Down the back straightaway. Oh, it's getting nasty. Bucks Joe looking to the inside. Inside into turn 1. Late on the brakes. They're all going to come swarming in. Bucks Joe side by side with R-Dunk 23. And R-Dunk's going very defensive. Round the outside goes Buck this time. Gets the move sorted into turn 3. And that's thank you very much. But he's not done yet. Bucks are coming under pressure. Yellow. Top of the hill. Who's off there? McLaren. Don't know if it's getting out of the way, but my computer said McLaren. So, J-Dunk 4th, Bucks Joe 5th, R-Dunk 23rd. Sorry, R-Dunk 6th. Splits Games in 7th place as well. So this battle is brewing. Galloway is getting ahead. Moria Rand's a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Well, we knew that one was... Keeps cropping up today, doesn't it? Here comes Bucks Joe. Going for the move this time. Down with the DRS towards turn 1. Inside or outside? Inside move. Late on the brakes. Opens up the DRS. Gets the advantage, pulls ahead. And J-Dunk can't get through. That was a sweet move, and now Galloway's coming under pressure as well. Look at the advantage. Bucks already pulled out, what, a 10th? tenths. That's amazing. And he's going to get through as well on Galloway, isn't he? He's going to pass Galloway. Pulls to the inside, coming to the hairpin. Does he get the move done? No. Cruise Team has a 10-second time penalty for his track limits as Bucks hits the back of Galloway. And now looks to get through on the inside. Come on. Deep breath. Pick your way through. Pull to the inside now. That is an amazing overtake, but he's going to hold it around the outside. Can he get it done? Yes. Galloway drops back. A little gnarly gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Look at the lock-up there from Bucks Joe. So now he can set off, gain those 13 seconds, but Equals is coming to the pit lane this lap. So now he'll get second place. There he is, look, in the pit lane. So Bucks goes to second. Yellow second sector. It's one of the red. Yep, okay. That's one of the Alfa Romeos going down the order. Equals has dropped to 8th place now. Bucks has second place. Locking up. Galloway's coming under pressure from J Dunk. And Blackstick has passed Warrior Rands, but Warrior Rands has the disadvantage at the moment of having that 10-second time penalty. On board with J Dunk 13. Closing with Splits Games now. Oh, did he make the move? I'm not too sure he did there. Splits Games not going for the move on the inside of the hairpin. Yellow out again, second sector. Galloway's coming under pressure. Little gnarlies into the pit lane. He has that time penalty to serve. There's something failing in my ears at the moment. It sounds like clutch downshifting. Hopefully that's not coming from one of the cars. So is Splits Games going to have the DRS down the start-finish straight? Yellow first sector. One of the racing points. It's Jeep for Life getting out of the way. And, oh, Splits Games. Who's that? KD's in the pit lane, so they all jump up in position. But Joe takes the lead of this race. And the battle for second brewing between Galloway, J Dunk, and Splits Games. Oh! Someone was off at turn 4, bringing out the yellow. There we go, it's Jeep for Life getting out of the way in the racing point. Meantime, around the outside, Splits Games trying to get through on J Dunk. He's not going to go through the inside, is he? Thought about it, didn't he? Thought about having the attack. Game's taking over for this view for a second. I have no control. There we go. Down now to the chicane. Galloway's dropped back. 3 seconds now. Bucks has the advantage. So the battle for second. Galloway, J Dunk, Splits Games, and KD. Imagine this is going to be drama into turn 1, isn't it? And into the pit lane comes our Dunk. Pit window open for the Hards. And here comes J Dunk to the inside of Galloway at the same time. At the inside, trying for the manoeuvre. 3 into 1 doesn't go. Few bumpy and brawling moments there. It still is. Splits Games having no advantage. J Dunk's up to second. Galloway now fighting with KD over third and fourth, and Jeep for Life is out of the race. Both racing points are out, which is so disappointing. The two Haas cars battling, and look at Splits Games trying to go through. Splits Games now on board, watching all of this battle unfold. I think he's got the perfect view of the house. KD trying to go through. Iceman has a little nifty oversteer moment, bring F1 a 3-second time penalty. And this is the best seat in the house as well. Oh, big lock up. Let's switch back off board actually, because look at this. We've got KD closing on his teammate of Galloway. And side by side down the start-finish straight. Look at this, having to pull to the inside line. Very late into turn 1. Galloway's going to have to really defend round the outside, but I think KD's got him, and he does. Oh, but they've gone too deep. And now look at this, the Renault's coming into play as well. Splits Games coming in as well, and he's on the inside line. This is on board. Splits Games goes through. So he's up to 4th place. Galloway has changed positions. So it's now the running order of J Dunk in 2nd, KD's 3rd, Splits Games 4th, Galloway down to 5th, Iceman is 6th. Blacksticks past his teammate Bring F1. And Red Devil has decided to leave the session, despite the fact he was disqualified in lap 1, probably realising he can watch it online without having to stay in the race. Save his PS4 having to cook. There's that noise again, the throttling down shift. Switch back up to 3rd place because KD... Oh, is that J-Dunk coming into the pit lane? Yes, it is. Look. J-Dunk's in the pit lane. That promotes up the order now. Look, is that Iceman making through a move? Well, I'm trying to find out, but Iceman's back up the order, and R-Dunk has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Iceman stays 4th, he's 2 seconds off, so the entire field's separated nicely at the moment. Which gives us the advantage to watch. Galloway into the pit lane as well. So KD came in 2 laps ago, put on the mediums. Has a lot longer to go at the moment. This is such a fascinating series. We're cut now to Chatty Duck, who's in a battle with Warrior Rans and Graham. Galloway's right behind as well to try and overtake Blaze 72. Chatty's just gone right round the outside to get through on Warrior Rans. That was a lovely move. Can he get through on the Ferrari though as well? That's the question. We're ready to cut to Galloway if we need to. I don't think he can get Graham so far, but Graham, low internet connection. And not lagging at the moment, but Chatty might have something for him. Keeping an eye on Galloway, who's now dropped to 2nd behind Blazed. And he's our other closest battle on the track as well, so we'll stick with Chatty, who's right behind Graham. Now, down the start-finish straight will be the opportunity for the overtake with the DRS as well. Chatty's got better tyres, 8-lap mediums compared to Graham's 12-lap old hard compound tyre, and it's showing now into turn 1. Late on the brakes, Graham goes defensive. Chatty couldn't find anywhere else to go, and he's slow at the rear. Warrior Rand's also closing in, and look at the toe he's getting without the DRS as well to Graham. Galloway's closing in on Blazed. We could switch to him in a second, but this is our closest battle on the track up to turn 4. Oh, I almost don't want to watch if he goes for a move here. It would be better. It would be Chatty not having a better idea. Fastest lap of the race, wasn't it? So close to the chicane now. Late. Just think about it. Just breathe. What's happened? Bucks is in the pit lane. Bucks in the pit lane. So he now puts the medium tyres on. KD takes the lead of the race. Let's ride off board for a few seconds as we see Chatty's going to try and have the advantage. He's clapped back. G-Pit Real said, the one race of the season, it doesn't disconnect me, and I lose the back end around a corner, chasing a countdown. Ugh. He said that in the post-race press conference with the interviewers. Thank you for that. From Ali, who we know from the European Esports Series. You see Chatty going to the inside, but coming out of the pit lane is one of the Mercedes. Chatty has the inside line. Can he get the move done? Does he get the move done? Yes, he does to Graham 23. So that is Chatty right up the order. Well, thank goodness for that. That's a fantastic little move. Up into 12th place. And we're going to switch to Galloway if we can, because Galloway is looking incredibly good. He's closing right back. Well, he's actually closed further back, hasn't he? Ardank's closing in on Galloway. We have his telemetry up as well. That's what you're seeing. The brake shifts down and his lap time at the top. Chatty's past Graham again. I'm not doing this back camera angle. The game's doing it on its own now. I think it's learned its preference. Let's ride on board with the front face camera. Blaze is coming to the pit lane. So he's not closing in on Galloway, and into the pit lane is Blaze, so he's going to go on to mediums. But Bucks is on a strange strategy as well at the moment. He's running 7th, dropped from the lead to mediums. They'll have fresher tyres at the end of the race, but a 3-second time penalty coming on the board for crew steamers. Game gone very quiet now, hasn't it? Let's ride on board and get a little bit of sound back. The helicopter camera doing nothing for the aesthetics of the game here. Galloway just ahead. Our duck is closing. Oh, he nearly lost it coming through 7 and 8 there. Our duck had to really hold it. Tyres starting to go could be a factor. 4 up on hards though. Maybe it's not temperature yet. Do you see that on the steering wheel? He's changed his tyre strategy. So already he wants harder grip, fresher grip. Still on the helicopter camera. Black Sticks into the pit lane as Bucks Joe 20, fast lap of 1:17.090. Galloway's up the order as well. And look at this. Equals 7 lap old hards to Iceman's 15 lap old hards. A massive advantage in the strategy. Going forward, yellow first and second sector. Now what's happening there? Okay, we've gone green now. Cars don't usually get out of the way that much in the main race. It's usually qualifying that we see a lot of cars going off and letting other cars through. KD leads the way on splits games. KD is 12th in the championship for Haas. He's on just 25 points. He's off to double it today if he can hold on for a victory. 7 up odd hards compared to the rest. Equals his next nearest victim. Let's ride on board down to turn 1. Look, he's trying to get in the toe. He's got the DRS, but he's trying to get the toe as well to look for a manoeuvre into turn 1. Oh, we had to upshift third to get the drive out of T1. Massively had to drive. Absolutely insanity. Bucks up to 4th. Sorry, Bucks 5th. Going for a move on J-Dunk round the outside. Just caught the tail end of that. That was a big one. Yeah, Bucks coming up the order. Just caught that in time. But J-Dunk is coming through as well. Up to turn 4. Buck on these medium tyres. He's gonna take this one, isn't he? Safety car would help him on actually in this stage of the race. Keep the tyres fresher, keep them warmer, and he'll have the advantage going later into the race. Lap 20. Why was I going there with that one? I'll try that again, shall I? It's lap 23 of 35. I got distracted by the trees. KD holding up. And Black Stig, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. A lot of penalties in today's race with track limits being so strict. I want to cut forward because Equals is on the back of Iceman. The gap only 2.5 tenths, looking to the inside into turn 3. Up now towards turn 4. Surely can have the advantage someplace on the track. The chicane's an opportunity. Coming up now. It's a single. This is the problem with Hungary. It's a single file track. Oh no! Crew Steamers is out of the race. And Bucks Joe has just received a time penalty for multiple warnings. So the man on the 3-lap-old mediums who's storming through the field has now a 3-second time penalty and doesn't look like he has to stop again. Well, that could be costly. That might just put paid to his afternoon, actually. Wow. Do you see how dramatic it changes? One wrong mistake, blazed. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Yellow flag down the start-finish straight. They're all ghosting. Several cars ghosting now into one. Iceman's trying to defend. KD splits games. And Iceman and equals. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an Alpha ghosting. And there he is ghosting off the track. I believe that's a little gnarly who was ghosted. Equals closing up. What has happened there? Yeah, Bucks off the time as well. He's left CR Dunk for dust now, but we'll just flick back. Ghosting Alpha again in the way. They should be able to drive through him, but obviously they're not quick enough to get through to lap. And Cruz Streamers, for whatever reason, has now left the session. And we are down to 15 runners in this Hungarian Grand Prix for the CRL T1 Esports Championship. Already the championship leader, FIFA Beefy, not taking part. Massive opportunity for Chatty Duck to get some points, but right now he's down in 11th place outside. So we now look to J-Dunk to get the advantage points. Eagle still holding on the back of Iceman. I'm surprised there hasn't been any sort of attempt for moving, but they had to get rid of the Alpha first. KD now leading the way by 6 seconds. Massive advantage. Galloway might be having an attack here and might be under pressure by Black Stig. This is looking like an interesting battle to keep an eye on if we need to switch to it. We'll keep an eye on it. Yellow second sector. That's one of the Alphas getting out of the way for the Ferrari. Nothing to look at there. That 26 of 30, oh sorry, correction. That 27 of 35, it's just ticked over now. And down the start finish straight now is equals anywhere near. Look at that, Iceman obviously was watching Formula 1 earlier at Portugal. Weaving down the start finish straight to break the DRS toe. Third sector yellow now. As cars are getting out of the way, left, right and centre. This one will actually be more of a mechanical issue for one of the Alphas. Look, they're going very slowly out of the corners. And yet, it was a little gnarly retiring from the session. So whatever was the problem, he's out of the race now. Clearly too big of an issue. We're down to 14 runners in the Hungarian Grand Prix. His equals now going to get the advantage to try and get past Iceman. I hope so. And he's left the session a little gnarly. That's disappointing. Come watch us on BBB Racing 1 on Twitch. Love to have your company throughout. Don't forget about our Discord as well. For the CRL T1 League, go follow. And if you like what you're seeing, join us tomorrow evening or tomorrow here on Twitch for the BBB1 European Racing League. More action and drama, just like this. Actually, I'm going to swap now to the battle with Black Stig, because he's closing up on our dunk, 23. And he's just received a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings off the track again. He's locked up again. So 3 seconds to Black Stig, but he is moving up the order. Can still get 3 seconds. Any overtake is still positioned on the track. Don't know what's happened to our graphics there. Down the start-finish straight, opens up the DRS. Blackstick going for a move on Ardunk to the inside. A lovely move into turn one. Can he keep the position stick? Answer, yes he can. But Ardunk cuts back. Down towards turn two. Very late on the brakes, and a lock-up sends them both wide. A little kiss there. And he's got him. So Blackstick held off Ardunk as well. That was fantastic timing. Switching back now to equals, closing in an Iceman for the final podium spot on lap 28 of 35. There's second place driver, splits games just ahead. Battle for second, you could say as well. It's not that much separating them. Down the start-finish straight, I'm going to see 2 for 2. Again, Iceman breaking the toe. But he's much closer than ever. Equals going for a move late on the inside and towards turn one. Splits games now, so this is the battle for second. Goodness, this race is starting to heat up in the last couple of laps. It does though, it does though. Look to the inside. Nothing there. Remember, however, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Look at the amount of bouncing curves. Ardunk's passed. Bring F1 further back. Keep an eye on that battle. You can switch between it anytime we like. We're staying with equals for the podium and the second place spot. KD's obviously leading the way. Bucks is coming though, but he has that 3 seconds. But he's just got that cleared, hasn't he, to J-Dunk, who's in a battle with Blackstick and Ardunk. Lap 30 of 35, closing in. Cruise Steamers said, I'd like to openly apologise to all in Tier 1 race for the first few corners. I totally lost my braking point into turn 1 and failed to fully recover. I was an instant magnet there, he's saying. As we're seeing the battles going on as Equals finally gets the opportunity to get through on the inside of Iceman. That was leading up all the way down through turn 1 and 2. And this time Equals has moved up into third place. Iceman surely can't attack into turn 4 and can't. So that's Equals up to third and now sets off after split games for second place. And Bring F1 making the manoeuvres round the outside. That's caused a yellow. And Bring F1 passes Galloway. Galloway's now back. Ardunk's back ahead, I believe. Yes. So they've switched as much as possible. Wow. Tense racing. This is over the last few points, of course. Chatty Duck, a 3-second time penalty. Well, that's just put Pay to bad afternoon, hasn't it? He's on 11th already, and that'll drop him further down the order. I'd rather just get it over with now, to be fair. Equals is the second back. We'll cut back to him down the start-finish straight. Trying to close in on split games for the second place. Ten seconds KD now has to the field. That's impressive. What's that from Bucks Joe? Can we move up to him? Yes, we can. Look at that. Bucks Joe's closing in now on Iceman as well. Bucks Joe, another 3-second time penalty. That's it. That's done. That is done. He's got 10 seconds. That's 6 seconds already taken off. And that is game over for Bucks Joe on such a promising strategy. 6 seconds of time penalty is not working. Chatty Duck's in the pit lane. He'll serve that penalty. Graham in as well. He'll serve penalty. We'll cut back now to Equals, who's closing in for second on splits games. Turn 1 will be the interesting point for me. Lap 32. Still a few more laps to go in this race. Down to turn 1. No, can't find the braking zone, can he? But meantime, further back, Bucks Joe makes the move on Iceman, but look at the exit. Equals was having the attack and looking to go through on the inside. We'll have to switch to the onboard camera because this is showing us nothing. Splits Games is starting to lag. Bucks Joe has passed Iceman, you can see in the background. We cut to the foreground. And Equals is closing in for second place. So Bucks Joe, remember, has that 3-second time penalty. And Blazed now has a 3-second time penalty as well for multiple warnings. They'll all be added to at the end of the race. One thing we know for sure, though, is that KD is leading and will probably win this race. Which is impressive. Oof. Very nice at the exit. Heavy on the brakes. 3, 4. Oh, it's not sounding nice, is it? Very throaty. Down towards now. Battle for... Oh, well, the battle for the second's hotting up now. Look at that. Coming in now. And Equals closing in on Splits Games. Thought he was going to have an opportunity to turn 1. T2 might be more of an opportunity. Yellow second sector. McLaren. It's Blazed. Stopped. Blaze has stopped on the track. He's crawling. I think he's had a spin because that was not a normal stoppage to let a car through because he's last anyway. I think that was a spin. So, battle for second. Splits Games, Equals, Bucks Joe, and Iceman. All there, all joining the battle. Chatty sets the fastest lap at 1:16.602. Lap 33, about to start lap 34 of this race. The penultimate lap. It's the penultimate lap of the race now. And Equals going to have the best opportunity. I think we're going to have a 3 abreast moment down towards turn 1. Look at Bucks Joe with that time penalty, though. It's right on the back. Equals have it as well. Blazed a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But Equals comes to the inside line. Splits Games defends the inside, but going very, very late, forcing Splits Games a bit too wide. And does he get the move done? No. Splits Games holds him off. Blazed is out of the race. He's retired. But look at Bucks Joe looking to the inside. Lot of contact there. Somehow not. And Bucks Joe holds off as we run up the hill. The cameras are taking too long to keep up with the action. We keep having to switch to the onboards in order to show you what's happening. Splits Games holds on for second place. Equals having to defend at the same time for Bucks Joe. So watching the Renault now from the back. Equals holding off from Bucks Joe, who has that time penalty. So really just racing for merit here. Iceman a 3-second time penalty. Well, that saves Buck. That saves Buck. Last lap, a call. Galloway a 3-second time penalty. KD's on his way to win. We'll keep an eye on where he is on the track. Down the start-finish straight. Is Equals going to have an opportunity to get through? Is Buck's going to have a go? Down to turn 1. Equals will go for the position. No, he's too far back. So is Bucks. They're both locking up as well. It'll be turn 2. If anything, DRS open again for Equals and Bucks Joe. Can't find a way through there, but they both lock up. Both of them locked up into turn 2. Quick kink at 3. Up the hill at 4. Look at the elevation change. Bucks looking back. Nothing working there. Nothing ventured. Nothing gained. I'll have to have some form of battle. Bucks going to the inside. Couldn't get through there in the Renault. This is amazing stuff, isn't it? As the race leaders coming into the last 2 corners now. It's going to be a masterclass race from KD 1997 in the Haas, coming to the line, weaving, taking the checkered flag. KD 1997 wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Splits games. Is he going to hold off across the line? That's the big call for second place. Yes! Splits games is second. Equals third. Bucks fourth. And Iceman in fifth. But time penalties must apply in order to keep the advantage. J Dunk 13th, 6th. Black Stig coming home in 7th. Bring F1 will be 8th. But it's KD 1997 and the penalties have already been applied. So there is your running order. KD 1997. From Splits Games, from Equals Your Podium, Bucks Joe is 4th. Iceman is 5th. To complete the running order, we'll go with our race winner. It's KD 1997, Splits Games, Equals H, Bucks Joe, 20, Iceman, JD Dunk, Bring F1, Black Stig, Galloway, R Dunk. I think that completed the top 10. But the 13th round of the championship goes to a man who only had 25 points on the board. He now rockets to 50. Equals gets the driver of the day, and he's been having a fantastic race as well. Onto the podium we go. KD wins here in Hungary, gets that beautiful virtual trophy as well. Second place as well for the Renaults and the third for the Williams. What a race today has been. And I cannot wait for the next one coming forward for you in a couple of days' time, 7. So it's KD 1997 from Splits Games on the board. Then we get Equals, Bucks Joe, Iceman, J-Dunk, Bring F1, Black Stig, Galloway, and R-Dunk completed the top 10. Chatty in 11th. Well, he could have capitalised on FIFA Beefy not being in the championship today, but unfortunately that didn't work out well enough, did it? Moving further on as well, we see Warriors in 12th, Graham 20 is in 13th, Blazed 14th, a little gnarly 15th. And of course, then we get crew steamers out, and the rest of the field even getting a disqualification early on. So KD 1997 having the advantage here. What a fantastic race it has been. We can't wait for more. But from here, it is KD 1997, the race winner in the CRL T1 League. Join us next time when we head to Spa Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix. Good night, everybody.